Let's do a review by looking at a sample OSPFv3 database. And you should be able to read through this database exactly like I'm going to read it to you right now. What do we have here? We have a router with a router ID of 192.4.4.4. This is process ID 1. We are looking at area 0 information right now. And specifically, this is a router link state for area 0. So it is what? A type 1 router LSA. And a type 1 router LSA for OSPFv3 says what? It says, this is me, this is who I'm connected to. That's what it describes. It does not describe the prefixes that the routers know about. That's our type 9 LSA for OSPFv3. It is going to be used to help build what? It's going to be used to help build the shortest path tree. So when the routers are collecting these type 1 router LSAs, they can say, okay, you're here, you're here, you're here, you're here, and you're connected to so-and-so, so it can build the tree that it needs to build. However, don't forget that we have designated routers in an OSPF topology, and that's where our type 2 net link states come into play, generated by the designated router. And the designated router will say, this is me. I am the designated router for this particular multi-access network, this particular prefix, and these are the routers that are attached to this specific multi-access network. So it's helping the other routers build the tree even better so they can specifically know where all of the different routers are in the area. But remember that we don't have complete visibility of the routers outside of our area. Why? Because the area border router tells us about the prefixes outside of our area through the use of inter-area prefix LSAs. So how do we know about the other routers in the other areas? We don't know about the other routers in the other areas. We only know how to get to the area border router that gets us to those destination networks. So this type 3 LSA says these are the what? These are the prefixes that are outside of this area. And if you want to get to these prefixes, you have to come through me, the area border router. And in this particular case, the area border router, we have two of them that we're learning from, R5 and R6 in this example at 192.555 and 192.666. But what is really the most fundamental building block, the most fundamental LSA type for OSPFv3? It's really now that type 8 link state. Why? Because it's describing the router now individually, the interface ID, the type of interface that it happens to be, the what? The link local address, which is really important for OSPFv3 because the link local address is used for our neighbor adjacencies and it's used as the next hop IP address for routing. So if I don't specifically know how to reach the different link local addresses out of my interface as next hops, then what does that mean? Well, it means that I can't route those packets efficiently. So this is that fundamental information that's going to be needed to for each router to truly understand who's connected to them and how they're going to route packets eventually based on the link local next hop IP address.